So you made it, hopefully. You're on your conclusion paragraph, ready to finish up your essay. So what you're going to need for this is really just the essay that you've already written, because you're going to base your conclusion off of what you've already written in the rest of your essay. So you don't even really need the organizer for this part. You're just going to watch my example for Naya, and you're going to do the same thing with your example for Selva, and you can finish up your conclusion paragraph. It's only going to be 2-3 sentences long, something like that, and then you'll be all done. So watch the rest of this video, see the example, pause it if you need to make sure that you have everything that you want in there, and go ahead, watch the rest of this video and get started. So mine says, in conclusion, Naya was able to survive her difficult circumstances through her toughness, her persistence, and help from others. So it's slightly different than the sentence I wrote in my introduction, but it's similar. I'm getting across that same big idea that she survived because of these 3 factors: toughness, persistence, and help from others. So your first sentence of your conclusion is going to go back to what your main idea for Selva was, the factors that helped him survive. Now, to wrap up the conclusion, this is going to be up to you about how to do this exactly. There's a couple different things you could do. One possibility is you could kind of just complete your character's story. So I could end my conclusion by completing Naya's story and explaining how the well has changed her life. So this is what that might look like. Now that the well is built in her village, she has new opportunities in her life, like going to school to learn to read and write. So that would be one way to close up my conclusion, is to just kind of finish off her story and talk about where her life is now at the end. You could do the same with Selva. You could finish off his story now that he's survived. You could talk about what he's doing in his life now to conclude his story. The other thing you could do that's reasonable in this essay would be to talk about why this topic is important. And you don't say something like, this topic is important because, but it might look something more like this. Her story allows the reader to see the powerful impact that clean drinking water can have for people who are fighting for their survival. So that would be another way to end your essay, by just explaining the importance of this topic about survival and water in South Sudan. So you could even, as you see here in my conclusion right now, you could have both of those endings together. So I have the finishing her story and talking about why this is an important topic. Or you could just have one of them. It's up to you about how you end that paragraph. So you are going to take this example. You're going to do a very similar thing with Selva. So hopefully that video is helpful and you'll be able to write your conclusion paragraph. When you are done with your conclusion paragraph, on Google Classroom, there is a button that says Turn In. You should be able to see it in 2 different places. At the top of your final copy file, as you're typing, there should be a button that says Turn In. And also, when you are looking at the assignment, when you've clicked into the assignment on Google Classroom, there should be a spot for you to click Turn In there. So when you are all done, you feel good about your essay, you can click that Turn In button. Unless, of course, I have told you not to do that yet, because we may do some revision beforehand. So if I tell you not to turn it in, don't yet. But otherwise, you can click that blue Turn In button, and you can always ask me to return it to you so you can keep working on it if you need to. So hopefully you are about to finish your essay right now, and it'll all be done, and you can move on with something that you like to do a little bit more than write essays. Good luck.